Many independent pharmacies here in Florida say they are facing a tough choice. Drop Medicaid if below-cost reimbursements continue. And here to discuss why this is happening and what this means for your local pharmacist, we are speaking to John Basil Noriega. Thank you so much, John, for joining us. You've been a pharmacist yourself for a long time now.
Quite a number of years at Bill's Prescription Center. My father opened our store in 1956. I came in 81, and our service is basically to help people who needs our services. And what we've always done, and our motto has always been, pride ourselves on personalized service. And we have a lot of worries in our lives. We can take one worry away from you, which is your prescriptions. You can always depend on us to have it in stock and ready to deliver at any time.
Right. And people, I'm sure, have been coming to your pharmacy for generations now. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a study that I want to get into. But first, I would like if you could explain to us why local pharmacies right now are thinking about dropping Medicaid.
In order to fill prescriptions, there's a certain cost involved with that drug to bring the product in your store and to keep it stored in, whether it's in a refrigerator or if it's in a controlled environment. And those costs are negotiated by the managed care programs that have now become, as of this year, in April, the end of April, they've reduced the reimbursements to amounts that are way 5, 6, 10, 15% below our actual cost to bring it into the store, aside from the storage requirements.
So they're basically making it so it's, you guys aren't able to make as much money as some of these bigger chains, for example?
Well, it's not about making the money. It's about just covering the cost of the goods. It's a hard concept to understand because we are basically given take it or leave it contracts. So those contracts say this is what you're going to be reimbursed, and then they can be changed at any time that we don't even know they're being changed. So we just need to have some legislative issues brought to our state legislators so that they can open up their eyes and ears to what the needs are to just the actual clients.
Right. And a study was recently done here to gauge where local pharmacies stand on this. We know some of those pharmacies here in the Bay Area. Now that this survey is out, can you just kind of explain, what it's kind of said, and you touched on it there, what needs to be done now going forward?
Going forward, our state legislature needs to be able to listen to the needs of those patients that may be underserved by our stores, that may either close or basically there'll be no pharmacy available for those patients in certain areas of the state. And that becomes a real problem for the healthcare industry, at least for those patients.
Break down what was said in that survey and what information people were trying to find out.
The survey was basically trying to find out the reimbursements for meds that were being dispensed by pharmacies here by our stores like ours in the state of Florida. And those state of Florida pharmacies, all those answers to those questions were they were all 75% of those drugs that were being ordered by those pharmacies and then being dispensed were below our cost. But as pharmacists, our number one goal is to take care of patients. Whether we're going to be covered the cost or not, we're still going to take care of those patients.
Absolutely. And as we talked about right in the beginning of this interview, you've been seeing people for generations now, and I'm sure they're wondering what they can do for you. So what can the everyday person do to help in this situation?
Well, they can go to a website, sparfl.com, and go to the tab for Take Action, and then they can answer those questions, and that will basically send information to their local legislator.
Absolutely. And I'm sure reaching out to their local pharmacist might not be a bad idea as well.
That would be a very good idea. That relationship is very important.
It certainly is. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Noriega. We really appreciate you going in depth with us.
I appreciate you helping us out spread the word.